Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. So here in the previous video we have learned about the rules of hooks, right? So now I want to explain you about the rules of hooks, so how it will behave. So for example, let's say that uh, let's go to the book details. Okay, so this is our output. If you try to see, if I try to show you about these book details, so we are able to see, and if I refresh this page, so you will be able to see this one. Fine. Okay, now we are able to see this one. Now what I want to do is, so here this is our get book details, right? Now what I can say here, let's if you try to see, if you see here we are having 1 2 3 states, and if you come down, so we are having one use effect, two use effects. So that means we are having 3 states and 2 use effect. If you try to see here in our inspect element in the components, and here this is our book details, right? If I click on this book details, now you will be able to see that there are 3 states and 2 effects. So these are all the hooks. So if you try to understand, these are all hooks. And if you understand here, these hooks and all those things are not remembered by their name. So here this is an book, and this one is an is loading, and this one is an something like rating. I think I didn't remember. Yeah, user rating. But in React, these are things doesn't remember with their names. These are remembered with their linked list. So 1 2 3 4 5. So with this one it is remembered. So that is the reason. So every hook should be declared at the top level only. For example, let's say that we are having a book rating, right? So which is around something like format book response. If you try to see here, we are giving a static of 4.5. Let's say that I will use math.floor of, I will use math.random. okay, math.random into 10. So I will get it from 0 to 9, and I will do +1, so that I will get 1 to 10. So now I am using a rating. Now here in the book details, so I want to conditionally add the rating here. So for example, if book dot rating is greater than 2, if it is greater than 2, then I want to implement x comma set x is equal to useState of 0, something if I want to implement it. Now if you try to see here in our inspect element, you will be able to see an error, right? So if you want to remove this error, I will write ESLint hyphen disable. So I can write it like this. Now if you see the output for this one, if you execute here, so let's refresh this page. Okay, now I will click on this monk, and if you click on this one, see error came. What is this error? Let's try to go into this one, and if you try to see here on the initial state or on the initial render, it was having 3 states and the 2 effects, but this time it has been 4 states. So because of that reason it got an error. Now here also everything got error. So why? Because so here if you try to see in the initial state of render, so this is a conditional base. For the first time, book rating will be undefined, so it will be having 3 states and also 2 effects. So when the book we got the details, and after re-render, so this one condition got true, and this new state has been initialized. So because of this reason, so now the state mismatch, hooks mismatch has been happened. So because of that reason, so what is happening is, so after the condition is becoming true, so this use state is also getting executed. So that is the reason in the initial render and after render, so there is a mismatch of the hooks. So the linked list, the list is getting broken. So that is the reason. So we are getting this type of error. So this is one case which I want to tell you about this one. So conditionally we should not create the hooks. So this is first thing. And the another one which I want to explain you is, so there it is also another thing is early return. For example, let's say that if it is true means, then I will return p done or anything. So here from here onwards I am stopping this one. So that means, so if book dot rating is greater than 2, if the condition is not false means, then another use effects will be created. So 2 hooks extra will be created, or otherwise from here only it will be stopped. So if you try to see here, so this is our simple example, and I will do the monk, and if I click on this one, again the error came. So this time the error will be different. Why? Because so rendered fewer hooks than expected. So this time, so we in the initial render we have six I think 5 hooks has been created. Now this time we have early return is there, right? So early return is there because of this reason, early return, only 3 hooks has been created. So that means fewer hooks has been created. So that is the reason we are getting an error. So these are the two things which you need to understand about the rules of the hooks. Now another thing, before closing this one, I want to explain you about the state. So how the state hook will be executing. So for example, let's say that we are having this one, right? So here I will be having something like constant is stop, set is stop is equal to, set is top is equal to use state of I will use book dot rating greater than 2. Okay, and here I will try to show you the book rating. So here we are not using this one, right? So now this time rating has become dynamic. So book dot rating, I will use this book dot rating so that we can able to understand. So now here I am using book dot rating, and here I want to what I can say is, so I will try to check console.log of is stop. Okay, and I will try to print this console.log book.rating also, so that we can able to understand it. Now what I am trying to do here, you need to understand one thing. So here what I am trying to do is, you need to understand that first I am printing the book.rating. First time it will be undefined, so it will try to set that one greater than 2. Okay, it will be false, and you are printing that it will be a false only. Then afterwards, after the book has been, we got the details and all those things, what will happen? Or after the book rating has been initialized to 1 or 2 or something like that, so then is stop, then it should be something like true, it should be. So let's try to see how it will work. Now if you see this output, how it will look like is, if you go here and if I refresh this page and if I search for the monk or anything, JavaScript or anything, now if I click here, see the first time it is undefined, false is there, fine, and afterwards we got it as 9, so that means it is greater than 2, but still we are getting this one as false instead of having it true. Why it is happening here is, so you need to understand that, so this type of initialization will be happen only in the initial render only. So initial state, use state, this one is called as an initial value for the use state variable. So when the initial render only, this one will be executed. After the component re-render, these initial values will not be counted. So that is one thing you need to understand. So if you want to update this eStop means, then what you need to use is use effect. You need to use the use effect, and here I need to write set eStop. Okay, sorry, set eStop of what I can say here, set eStop dot rating greater than 2. Okay, I need to use it like this. So here we need to use book dot rating greater than 2. Okay, I can use it like this. Now I will try to console.log it here. Then let's see what will happen it. Now if I refresh this page, so this time we are able to see that it is a true. Now here I will try to search for the monk. Okay, I will click on this one, undefined. So here 4 came, true came. So that is the reason. So here use effect, we are using another use effect to update the thing. So instead of writing like this, what we can do is we can use the derived state. So we have already discussed about this derived state concept. So we need to use the derived state. For this one, what I can do is, so here I can use constant is stop is equal to what I can say is book dot rating greater than 2. That's it, finish. So here if you try to console.log of book dot rating, it is something like same, and this one will be executed. So this one will be, so this one will work fine. Now if you try to see the output for this one, if you refresh this page, and here I am doing the monk, and if I click on this one, see we are able to get the value. So instead of creating a state variable and in order to update that one using the effect, we can use the derived state. Derived state is one of the important concept which we need to understand. So another one which I want to tell you before closing of this session is, so we already know about that use state thing. So use state is an asynchronous. So use state is by default asynchronous. For example, let's say that here we are having a handle read book. So handle read book will be executed whenever we click on this add to list, right? So now let's say that I am having an average rating. So here I will define this one, constant average rating comma set average rating, okay, is equal to use state of 0. Let's say that we are having an use state of 0. So now this is an average rating. Now I will be not pushing back here. So on book reading, here I will try to do set average rating of I want to update it to book.rating, okay, book.rating. So this is thing, and I will alert the average rating. So what it could be the output, let's try to see. So at the initial time it is 0 at the initial stage. So the initial state value of this average rating is 0. So when we click on this add to list, then we are updating it to the book.rating. So it can be something around whatever it may be the value, more than greater than 0 it will be. And here we are alerting the average rating. So that means it should come the rating, average rating. Now if you try to see the output for this one, let's see the output for this one. Now here we are having, I will refresh this page again and I will search for monk or anything. And here if you try to click here, the rating for this one is 8. And if I click on this one and if I click on add to list, see we are getting still 0 only. And if I try to click on OK, so now we are able to get the value. But here we are still able to see 0 only. So by this we can able to understand that, so this setting of this state variable is an asynchronous by default. For example, let's say that I want to set the average rating. So something like set average rating of, and here for example, let's say that I will try to use this div average rating. I will try to print this average rating here. Now this is the value I am trying to print, and here let's remove this one, set average rating. So sorry. Now here now if you try to see here, alert of average rating, we have used it, right? Alert of average rating. Now let's see that whether the 0 will be visible in the output or not. So here if I try to go back and if I delete this one and if I click again in this one, so we are able to see 0. Okay, I clicked on this add to list, still we are able to see 0 and okay, and this one has been rating 1 has been added to here. So this is happening, what it is happening is, so when these effects and all those things are completed, when the component renders, then only the states will be updated. So immediately you cannot see the changes in the effect. Now here another thing which I want to try to explain you is, for example, let's say that here we are using this average rating, right? And I want to explain you another concept. So set average rating, we are having a book.rating, and here I want to what I want to do is, and here for example, let's say that average book rating is there, right? So here I will try to do set average rating of, I want to set the average rating plus user rating. I will try to do the user rating, and here I will do like this, and I will do with divided by 2. Okay, now let's see that what will happen. Now here if you try to see, the average rating will be the book.rating and the user rating will be the user rating which the user has given, and divided by 2. The average of this one I want to show. So here if you try to see the same thing, let's go back into this one and I will remove this one and I will click on this again. So this time the average rating, the rating is 6, and I am trying to select the 8. 6 plus 8 is nothing but 14. So it should be 7. If I click on this add to list, so but this time we are getting only 6. Why? Because the rating is 0 and we have given the 8 or 7, 8 we have given. So 8 divided by 2, 4 we are getting. So that is the reason. So that is the reason I am trying to tell average rating will be always 0 here. So now if you want to get this one value, means what we need to do is, so here I can do average rating. Now we can get this value, exact value. Now if you try to see average rating, if you see the output, the same output, let's go back and delete this one. And here I will do the same thing. And if I click on this value, now 8, the 8 plus 10, 18, 9 should be the output. So here, now we are able to get the exact average. So like this, the state variable is always asynchronous. You should be able to understand this one. So this is the concept which I want to tell you about the hooks thing. So which you should keep remember in this one. So hope you understood about this concept. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.